Got a long trip back, man.
Huh?
You got a long trip back.
I know. I don't know how you're gonna do it. What we're gonna get on first, you or me? I think it's Sparkler.
Ready?
Yeah.
Good win for our team. Really proud of our guys. Obviously last Saturday, we didn't play very well. Didn't feel very good about it. And we had a great week of practice. Monday, Tuesday, we really got after it. Got back to some defensive fundamentals that we needed to spend some time on. Thought it was very helpful for today. Took Wednesday off, and then Thursday, Friday really prepped hard for Richmond. Our older players were unbelievable tonight. They were highly motivated, on point with game plan stuff, and then just executed exceptionally well throughout the course of the game. Really proud of the way they approached the second half with a big lead. Sometimes it's easy to become a little complacent, and there was no complacency in our game today. We played probably our best 40 minutes of the season. So again, great win, and really proud of these two guys. Question?
How important was it for the team to get off to a good start tonight, especially after Saturday, and you had kind of linger on that all week?
Yeah, I think these guys have gotten off to good starts in most games. Not every game, certainly. But last Saturday, we started out okay. We just had a really bad ending of the first half. So it was important, but these guys are mature. They've been through the wars. I thought we would play well today because we had a great week of practice. I thought these guys would be highly motivated and be on point, be very sharp because they practiced very well all week. And certainly that was the case.
Was there a point tonight where we talked about their defense yesterday? How did you just size them up as you came into the game and saw that they were going to be, how you compete that defense?
I think we had some time this week to get a plan together, right? And I thought we had a good plan in place. I thought our guys executed the plan really well. Their defense is good. They switch a lot and try to keep the ball on the side and do things that are disruptive at times. But one of the things that was really good is our defense was outstanding. And so, when our defense is as good as it was tonight, we get to play in the open court more. We don't always have to deal with a set defense. And so our guys are really good when they have space. They were great tonight. So I thought our defense being so good was a big key to helping our offense also.
Sorry.
You're fine. No problem. You guys are good. You missed a wonderful opening start.
Brad, what was the difference? I mean, you talked so much about needing the defense to sort of catch up with the offense. Just what was the key to that tonight?
Good practices. Monday and Tuesday, we just did everything about Clemson and really got after each other. And you watch film of your performance, and these guys understand when they play well and don't. They're mature guys. They're smart players, and so we just we didn't play very well. We played well leading up to that. Defensively, we haven't been as good as we need to be, and today we were really sharp. And again, credit to the activity and energy of our team today. These guys were locked in and played very well. But we had great practices Monday, Tuesday, and then we had got a day off on Wednesday. So then we were rested Thursday, Friday. We had two great practices leading in. So I thought we would play well because we practiced well. We built good habits throughout the week.
Chase, what was the mindset just on defense going into this one?
Just be aggressive and disruptive. Coach talked about that a lot, and he challenged me this week in practice, and I felt like I took that challenge today. Let these guys on defense. So for us, it was just being disruptive. Making those first passes hard, and that's what we did.
You say he challenged you in practice. What was his message?
Just like I said, just be disruptive. Be that first line of defense. Be that first guy that's talking. Be that guy that's leading the team. And yeah.
I guess after last weekend's game, did you guys talk amongst yourself as players like, hey, the defense isn't good enough right now to win games consistently?
Yeah, absolutely. I think all week we were really just conveying to each other, holding each other accountable. We really got to pick it up on the defensive end. I think we saw that last Saturday, and we didn't have a very fun film session that next Monday, but it was good for us, and we needed that to grow. So I think this week of practice, really going at each other, I think it was really good for us. So,
Hunter, how important was it just getting off to a fast start tonight the way you guys did?
Yeah, I think it was big. We always want to, deliver the first blow. That's one thing that we always say, and we came out and did that tonight. not only were the shots falling, right, but we were very disruptive. And defensively, that's what we wanted to do. So, get in the passing lanes, just not let them run their offense very easily. And that was one thing that Loyola did to us. It was like they were able to do whatever they wanted, and they didn't really feel any resistance, and that's why they had a lot of success. So we wanted to make sure that wasn't the case today.
Brad, what were practices? Can you go into a little more details? Just what practices were like?
It's very competitive, right? Like when you play 9 games in 25 days, it's hard to go bang against each other, right? Because you're coming off a game, then you got a day before a game, you got 2 days in between. So you're basically just like prepping, right? Like we bring them in usually in the morning and watch film from the night before game. Then that put that game to bed. Then the next day in the afternoon, we start right in on the next team and we're watching film on them, walking through their plays, how we want to guard stuff, guard it for a little bit, but you just played the night before, so you can only go about 45 minutes. Then Friday, the day before, you might go an hour 20, something like that. And what's hard is that the game plans become different. They're not all the same. And so sometimes you're emphasizing one thing or another, and you just not always have enough time to do all the things you need to do. And you're not going good on good all the time. You're just going against scout team, or you're just, practicing for small segments. Monday, Tuesday, it's back to November and October practices where and we're going to spend an hour on defense and transition defense, rebounding, individual defense, perimeter defense that they've got to do, post defense that post guys got to work on. And then you got to come back and do another one. And we usually do 20 minutes every day, and then we'll have guard stuff. But we had 2 20-minute segments of defensive fundamentals, plus guarding some stuff. So it was a full hour for both days. And it's hard. Physically, they were exhausted after 2 days, right? Wednesday couldn't get there fast enough. They never were so excited to have finals. But it was good. And obviously it hardened them a little bit. It just, reminded them what you got to do. And then we had to, cut it back a little bit, but be sharp on Thursday with the plan, Thursday and Friday. And these guys were very sharp.
I know you said you guys maybe got what you deserved a little bit against Loyola. Do you feel like y'all needed that a little bit? And you hope that can kind of be a turning point?
A little bit. I mean, you're not going to play great every night. Like the hardest thing in basketball is we play 30 games, right? And when you're playing 2 and 3 games a week, there's going to be a game when you don't play as well. Whether some of it has to do with your opponent. Like Loyola played great against us. They did some things that were disruptive to us. They did some things that we weren't ready for. And we just didn't have quite the zip, right? When we hit some adversity in the game, we didn't handle it as well. And we tried to shoot our way out of it, and we didn't make shots. And we had some good shots that we normally make, but we didn't make them. And our defense wasn't good enough to kick some balls loose or help us get a couple of easy baskets in transition to get us to sustain us through some droughts on offense. And so, we cut the lead to 8 and had 3 straight stops, and then we turned it over 3 times in a row. So it's kind of one of those days where you just don't play as well. The other team has something to do with it. And, you don't play the way you're supposed to all the way, and you get beat. And that's kind of what happened. And today, it was our day to do it to Richmond. Richmond's been doing it they did it to Drake just the other day. Who's a good team. So in basketball, this happens, right? And then defense leads to offense. You get some easy baskets. Then all of a sudden you got a little rhythm because you've made a couple baskets in the lane or made a layup. Now all of a sudden you get a 3, you feel good because you got a couple buckets, and now you knock down that open 3. When you don't get those easy ones and you get an open 3, you miss one, and now you're pressing a little. And I think that happened to us a little bit at Loyola.
BJ, did you feel it seemed like he was doing a really nice job getting after loose balls and rebounds?
Yeah,
so
he was really good the first half. And our big guys did a great job. Our big guys did a great job in the game against their big guys. Their big guys have played really well. Quinn was unbelievable against Drake, 8 for 9. And I think our guys were disruptive and physical and competed. And having 2 and 3 guys that can play that way. We played a little bigger today with Ian at the 4, and Hunter got some more minutes at 3 because Burton's such a good athlete, big long wing. That was good for us. So that, a lot of good things happened today.
With Burton, the guy coming in averaging almost 18, is it almost a case of he's going to get his, we got to limit everybody else for them?
A little, we're not conceding 18 for him. We want to make it really hard, but he showed some flashes of fantastic play. I mean, he had a couple phenomenal drives and dunks. And then he had an incredible 3 against Ben in the corner that was guarded. So he showed that he's an outstanding player. But I think we tried to make him work for it, you know, and I thought we made it really hard on most of the other guys. And our guys were just very on point, disruptive, physical, active hands, knocking balls loose, just played with tremendous energy and effort today.
With that fifth starter spot, is it gonna be kind of matchup based from time to time?
Can be, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're just, you know, what do we think we got to do to win that day? Brevin had been sick a little bit, missed Monday's practice. You know, we've got some stuff that's been going around, and so we looked at it. We'd planned on looking at it, but we looked at it a little bit more. It's something we've practiced a little bit, not as much as we would like, but again, some of that's because of games.
With Alex, you know, was it his ankle or how?
Plantar fascia. He's got some plantar fascia that he's been dealing with, and so they came to me in the middle of the game and said, "Yeah, he's done." So hopefully, knock wood, he'll be okay for Georgia Tech. But you know, he's battled it a little bit here recently, and I know it's progressively gotten a little bit worse. I'm not sure what happened today.
So with Chase and Hunter, do you guys, it's like you'll have a game where you hold a team in the 50s and then maybe give up 70 plus in 2 or 3 star games. What's you guys sort of get into conference play? What's going to be the key to be consistent to the defensive end of the board, you feel like?
I think it's just our mentality. One thing that we really focused on is, you know, being disruptive, like Chase said. So I think we need to have that mentality every game and make sure other teams feel us, not just let them run whatever they want to do and hope they miss. So.
Yeah, I think it starts with us, you know, the first 5 that's in the game. You know, if we come in and be aggressive and in the bench, you know, they get some energy, you know, and then that'll help us, you know, be more disruptive out there. So I think for us, it's just starting off the game with that intensity, and the bench can follow.
Brad, is Hunter the guy you're most comfortable with on a really good wing type of guy right now? You think defensively?
Yeah, he's done a really good job on some guys. Murray did a nice job tonight on Burton. Yeah, you know, some games are going to dictate it. Some other games you've got to, you know, use Brevin or RJ some. RJ gave us a couple good minutes guarding him as well. So I think sometimes, you know, you need to try to move guys around when you can. So a guy like these 2 guys don't get worn out all the time, right? I think that's something we're trying to do with Chase too. Like is, you know, these guys have a lot on their plate, and Chase is figuring that out at the top of the defense. That's why it's important that our bench guys, you know, give us good 8, 10, 12 minutes so these guys can get a break and come back in fresh and stay in attack mode.
Probably have time for a couple more if anybody on Zoom has one.
Don't see anybody.
Zoom looks bad. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Yep, appreciate it.